I pray for his fast recovery of his operation, eye operation. So
I'm tested.
This is the most important thing is the health
Right.
of individuals, and I work hard for this training camp. I trained like when I was young. I'm so excited, but good thing that Ugas is the undercard, and it's happening that way. So my work hard in training and hard work in training is not wasted.
Right.
Because there's Ugas, I can still prove my skill in the ring.
Right.
This is August 21.
Is this an easier fight for you? Is this a tougher fight for you? Where do you think?
I still consider it a good fight, a hard fight.
Right.
I will not taking this fight lightly.
That was Manny Pacquiao wishing Errol Spence a speedy recovery after Errol Spence suffered an eye injury leading up to their fight. One thing for sure, it does not get more classy than Pacquiao. This man is a walking class. Two things for certain, I don't know who's worse, Pacquiao fans or Canelo fans, since they seem not to have any kind of class for accusing Errol Spence of all types of things, as if a torn retina is a laughing matter. Even though we all know that's a career-ending injury that retired Sugar Ray Leonard in his prime. And to put icing on the cake, it was the Nevada State Commission that ruled Errol Spence is not allowed to fight since he did not pass the medical exam. So this wasn't Errol Spence's decision. This was the Nevada State Commission decision, with the facts being laid out. More importantly here, I can't give Manny Pacquiao enough credit for the moves he's pulling. I mean, these are legendary moves. I told you guys, win or lose, the fact that Pacquiao was fighting Errol Spence was a win-win situation in my books, because Pacquiao is 42 years old and he was coming off 2 years layoff. But for Pacquiao then to turn around and accept a fight with Ugas on a 1-week notice is mind-blowing. Ugas is not a replacement top of an opponent. Ugas is a top-tier, top-5 welterweight who Pacquiao need a full camp to prepare for. And that's out of respect for Ugas, because fighters won't even fight him on a full camp. For example, Keith Thurman was supposed to fight Ugas on the co-main event on August 21st, but he passed on that opportunity. Also, Sean Porter could have fought Ugas in a rematch, since in their first fight, the majority of the people had Ugas winning, including myself. So the point that I'm making here is that top-tier welterweights won't even fight Ugas on a full camp. Meanwhile, Manny Pacquiao is accepting to fight Ugas on a 1-week notice. Man, that is legendary. So when I hear a lot of people flood my comment section with, "Oh, Pacquiao is gonna destroy Ugas. Who is this nobody?" As if Ugas is a bum or somebody you could just walk through. When are you people gonna realize just because someone doesn't have a big name, that does not mean they can't fight? Ugas, in fact, is the sleeping giant at the welterweight division. He has lethal body attacks. He's very strong and big for the welterweight division. Besides, he's very skillful as well. He comes from the Cuban school. So even though Ugas is not Errol Spence, this is still a 50-50 fight. And you guys have to praise Manny Pacquiao for taking on this challenge instead of discrediting him indirectly. This is a completely change of styles for Manny Pacquiao, as he was preparing for a southpaw, and we all know Ugas is an orthodox fighter. Likewise for Ugas though, he was preparing for Maidana, who was an orthodox fighter. Now he has to fight a southpaw in Manny Pacquiao. Ugas had a full camp because he was preparing to fight on the co-main event, so there's no excuses there. Plus, Ugas comes from the Cuban school, which means the last-minute change of styles is not really going to hurt him that much, because in Cuba, Ugas, he done fought and sparred all types of southpaws and had to adjust to all types of styles. Therefore, the amateur background is really going to help Ugas in this fight. That's exactly why I commend Manny Pacquiao for having the cojones of a nation. On the other hand, Canelo Alvarez have no cojones at all. On one hand, Canelo told Al Haymon that he want his money guaranteed against Caleb Plant. And if Caleb Plant suffers an injury, then Canelo wants to make that exact same amount of money against a fighter that he wants to cherry pick personally, like another European fighter, a writer, so on and so forth. See, Al Haymon actually accepted the guarantee money for Canelo. But as far as the replacement opponent, Al Haymon want to come to a mutual agreement when it comes to selecting the replacement opponent. Therefore, Canelo was still going to get his $40 million plus guarantee money if Caleb Plant pulled out, but he would have had to fight a Charlo, a Benavidez, not a Ryder. That's when Canelo Alvarez turned down the deal. Again, Canelo Alvarez is famously known for his quote, "No ducking, no life in the sport of boxing," for a reason. Canelo in his prime won't fight any real competition beside the Ivinis, Rocky Fieldings of the world, turning down the biggest offers of his career in order to cherry pick instead. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Manny Pacquiao at 42 years old selected to fight the #2 pound for pound in the world in Errol Spence. And when Errol Spence suffered an injury, guess what Errol Spence did? He's willing to fight all comers. At 42, what Canelo should be doing? Pacquiao said, bring on Ugas. He don't care if he's a top 5 welterweight. He don't care if he's the sleeping giant at the welterweight division. Why? Because Pacquiao is a real champion. Pacquiao is a legend. Pacquiao have cojones. But some other fighters obviously don't. Therefore, you don't talk about these fighters on the same breath. You don't put these fighters on the same sentence. And you definitely don't give these fighters the same respect. With the facts being laid out, drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below and click on the notification bell to be continued on the next episode of Akhi, Akhi TV. Peace, and I'm on to the next one.
Manny, I know you addressed a little earlier Keith's question about the WBA situation, but I wonder, in any way, do you feel like this should be your title defense? I mean, you won the title against Thurman, and now they tell you you're not the actual WBA champion, and that it should, in fact, be a title defense for you, and that does that in any way upset you, that technically you're the challenger here?
I think this fight is gonna be defined who's gonna be hold the belts, and which is it happened this way, so this is good. I mean, I'm so excited for this championship fight. I don't care if this is the champion or I'm the champion or no, but let's finish this fight first, and then we will see who's the title holder.
Okay, and if you win the fight, I don't even know if you realize this, when you beat Keith Thurman at age 40, you became the oldest fighter in the history of boxing to win a welterweight championship. Now that you're technically the challenger here, if you beat Ugas at age 42, you'll break your own record. What would that mean to you to have such another feather in your cap?
That's very good. That's very good, because I'm myself breaking my own record.
You like that, right?
I like that. Making history.
Great. Thanks, Dan. Our next question is going to come from Farah Paret with Telemundo. Farah,